What is up, everybody? It's your boy 9yards here, and today I have a little bit of a different video coming for you guys. We're going to be reviewing the r/trophy subreddit. Never seen anybody do it for the subreddit before, but I have seen creators do it for specific games in their own subreddits. But I thought it would be really cool if someone shed some light on this growing community, so that's what we're going to do today. In this ideally monthly Reddit recap, we'll be looking at the top 50 posts posted in the subreddit for that month. So with that said, let's hop right into it. We got our first post here, and it's from Original Ocean 74, who's sharing his Wolfenstein 2 Platinum and 100%. And for any of you that don't know, this is obviously really impressive, because Wolfenstein 2 has the Mein Leben trophy, which requires you to play the whole game on the hardest difficulty without dying a single time, or you have to reset. I might be going for this one pretty soon, so congratulations, Original Ocean, and I hope I can join you there shortly. Next post here. Oh yeah, man. We got Lazarus Heart here. Anthem, the one that got away. That's unfortunate there. Anthem servers did close earlier in the month, so if you didn't get that game at this point, it is going to sit on your list at whatever percent you have it at forever. It didn't seem like it was too loved of a game, but it's obviously nice to get that 100%, and it sucks when we see servers close regardless. We got Deep Preference here getting the Red Dead Redemption Platinum. Looks like that's for Red Dead 2. That's very nice. If we look at his 4 plats he's shown there, he's got Elden Ring, Night Rain, Liza P, RDR2, and Baldur's Gate 3. All really solid games there, so keep it up, Deep Preference. Here we got a post from Darley Khan, sharing that they've just platinumed Ghost of Tsushima. I think a lot of people have gotten Ghost. I actually have not yet, but I really want to get it this year now, especially since I just liked AC Shadows with its Japan setting so much. And he says it's a title he slept on for too long, but it's a peak game, and he's rating it a 9.9 out of 10. Yeah, I definitely need to check that one out, and you guys probably all should too if you haven't platinumed that yet. Titus32X finally got the plat in Rayman Legends. He originally played in 2020, but didn't bother with the challenges. Started again in September of 2025, and did the challenges for 5 months to finally pop the plat. Congrats, man. Yeah, Rayman Legends, for anybody that doesn't know, has, I believe, a daily challenge system where you just have to constantly log in and do short daily challenge levels. Sounds like it takes about 5 months, so that's definitely a very respectable grind to get done right there. Haunting Can here is showcasing his Hades Platinum. That's definitely an impressive one to get. Another one I should probably be checking out at some point here. And the PlayStation bot right here is saying that Hades is a 4 out of 10, 70 to 100 hours. So definitely a good plat. Semi-difficult and pretty grindy to complete. Ooh, we got the Link Master here, showing that he just got the High Guard Platinum, which I believe this game just came out on, like, Monday or something. So it's been out basically a week at this point, and it's pretty much like a hero shooter, although it's like a wide open map. Let's see what he says about it. Looks like it only took him 18 hours to get the plat from what he's saying, and he was the first achiever. That's always so cool to be first achiever for the game. I need to try to get that for some game at some point. And he never expected to really get the platinum, but he realized the trophies aren't too bad. So maybe that's one to check out while the servers are still very active with players. Congrats, The Link. Now we have Purpur Lamau sharing with us his platinum in Assassin's Creed Mirage. He says he did not really like the game. Looks like he spent 63 hours on it and has not played an Assassin's Creed game since Rogue. So he's missed years of Assassin's Creed games. He's attributing his distaste towards the game for bugs, mainly, it looks like. Personally, I thought Mirage was a pretty good short experience, and I didn't really encounter any bugs. So I'm sorry you had a bad time with that, Purpur. We got Lebby91 here, sharing with us his Spider-Man 2 Platinum. He says he plays games one-handed. That's very impressive to get Platinums in games if you're playing one-handed. If we scroll down in the comments here, we'll see a really funny comment from HGT here. Apparently everyone plays Stellar Blade one-handed. I wonder why that is. Congrats on the plat, Libby. Stardew Valley Platinum 100 from JCM Gamer. That's a pretty impressive one. I will want to say it's like 100 hours, and I think it was very high in difficulty too, at 7 or 8 out of 10. I remember seeing it when I was trying to pick the game I was going to do for my 1 for 10 difficulty challenge in one of the higher levels. So that's a great platinum to get, and I think it was just on PS Plus 2 or 3 months ago, so very nice work there, JCM. Odd Definition here is sharing with us his Mass Effect Legendary Edition Trilogy Platinums. Very cool there. Always love seeing the full series, so keep it up, Odd Definition. Homer Simpson sharing with us his Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy Platinums. After many hours of pain and frustration, I finally conquered this beloved trilogy. And there's the plat for Crash 1, Crash 2, and Crash 3. Very nice work there, Homer Simpson. I just did Crash 1 actually for my 7 out of 10 difficulty game, and I thought I was going to breeze through it, but it was brutal, so I can only imagine doing Crash 2 and 3 also. Very nice work there, man. That's something to be proud of. Ray Denley is sharing his Silent Hill 2 plat here, and that's his first platinum. Says he got himself a PS5 for Christmas. Well, you see a wave of people posting their plats to the subreddit for the first time right after Christmas when they get themselves a PS5 for the first time. So welcome to the community, Ray Denley, and nice platinum there. Arc Raiders post from RH7P here. Looks like they have finally fixed their bugged trophies after 3 months. I feel like it might have been longer than that even that it was bugged. This might be one I'm going to have to hop into now after I finish the 1 for 10 challenge. These trophies have been bugged for so long, it was probably really worrying for anybody trying to get them in the game, but it looks like everyone should be okay now. But actually in the comments here, we got some people saying it's still bugged for them. So I guess you'll have to keep your eye on that if you're interested in hopping into this one. And we got Raz Kai here sharing his Clair Obscure Expedition 33 Platinum. This was the game of the year and won a ton of awards, so it's really cool to play. I at some point want to go through and play a bunch of the game of the years, so this is one I'll have to check out. He says it's easily a top 5 game he's ever played, so he's definitely holding it very highly. OUAC sharing his Red Dead Redemption Platinum here. And he's calling the game a masterpiece and waiting for the 60 FPS patch before going for RDR2. I have not played RDR1 yet, but I definitely need to get around to it. I believe it is free on PS Plus Extra right now, if you have that service, so definitely a great time to hop into it. The Vulcan is sharing with us his platinum goals for 2026, and it looks like he's going to go for Power Wash Simulator, RDR2, Rise of the Tomb Raider, Shadow of the Tomb Raider, Minecraft, and Soul Hackers 2. That seems like a pretty respectable list of games to go for. RDR2 is obviously really grindy and a masterpiece. It's going to be around a 200-hour game. Power Wash also is kind of up there. I have played and platted both Rise and Shadow of the Tomb Raider. Great underrated games in my opinion. Not the hardest or grindiest, but you'll be in there for 30 or 40 hours each on those. Minecraft, I've also platted that and have a lot of the DLC. The plat is like very doable in a day or two, but if you're going to sit down and do all the DLC, you're going to be playing that for months. And I haven't heard of Soul Hackers 2, but that could be a cool one to go for as well. You guys will have to let me know in the comments what games you're trying to plat in 2026, and if you want me to make a video sharing which ones I'm going to try to plat. We've got a discussion post from Antique Eye here. Apparently he just found this Deadpool game, and he's wondering if it's actually rare. And I believe, if I've heard right, this game is a couple $100 maybe? Yeah, it's not available anymore on the PS Store or physical. The game recently was £100 when a Deadpool movie came out. Yeah, it's a cool find, man. Congrats. Some of these old games can be surprisingly valuable. We got our second Anthem post here from Amari58, but this time he was successful in getting it done before the servers closed. Apparently he did the whole game in 5 days. 57 hours of gaming in 5 days. That is actually absolutely crazy, man. That's like 11 and a half hours a day. So, you definitely wanted to get that one done before the server closure. And you're an absolute menace for even starting it with that much time left. Really cool to see. Polished Sands here, sharing with us his Uncharted 4 Platinum. He says he feels genuinely sad when he looks at the name of that trophy one last time. Definitely sounds like he's upset to have played the last game of the series. I recently played my first Uncharted game for my 1 through 10 difficulty challenge, and it was a really enjoyable experience from somebody that's played all the Tomb Raider games. And I'll probably keep playing those, like, at least one game a year until I finish them all. Hopefully they release some new ones before I get to the end, though. We'll have to see if they're going to keep that series alive. Post from iSems here. He just got his 40th Platinum, so we can look through some of these real quick. He's got Yakuza 6, Fallout 4, Lego Marvel, Saints Row 4, AC Odyssey, AC Rev, AC 2, Last of Us 2, Like a Dragon, Mafia, Spider-Man, Fallout Shelter, Mafia the Old Country, Dead Island 2, Borderlands 3, COD, Modern Warfare, GTA 5, Like a Dragon, Wolfenstein Old Blood, Wolfenstein 2, so he's got mine Laban also. Wolfenstein New Order, cool to see all three of those. COD MW2, Metro Exodus, Pirate Yakuza, South Park Stick of Truth, Skyrim, another Saints Row game, Stellar Blade, AC Brotherhood, Boulder Gate, Metro Last Light, Metro 2033. We saw Exodus up there too, so it's cool to see those. God of War, Days Gone, Last of Us Part 1 and 2, Spider-Man 2, Spider-Man Miles Morales, God of War Ragnarok, and Cyberpunk. Yeah, congrats, I'm Sems. That is an impressive list of 40 Platinums. You'll have to keep it up. The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt from Trophy Hunter. It's his 97th plat, and it took him a few tries to get into it. The game is now one of his favorites of all time, and the DLCs are also incredibly good. And he can't even explain how empty he feels after completing the Platinum journey. Yeah, sometimes when games are really good like that, you just do not want to walk away. And I will definitely say, I felt the exact same way as you when I beat The Witcher 3. I did not want to leave it, and the game became one of my favorites of all time, and I also felt the DLCs were incredibly good. Loop is here sharing with us his Uncharted 2 Platinum. Very late to the party, but understand the praise this game gets now. Yeah, like I said, played my first Uncharted game recently, so hopefully I'll hop into 2 soon. And have to see if the game holds up to the praise it's getting here. Rob23 is saying he made the switch to PS5 after having a Series X. And this is his start to trophy hunting. Let's check it out. Started with Astra's Playroom, that's a must. Played a Dispatch next. That's a popular game recently. Did Marvel Spider-Man Remastered, nice. Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart, another nice easy one to start out with. And Marvel Spider-Man Miles Morales. Looks like we got a great start going there. Doesn't look like he's going to super hold himself to 100% there too, leaving the Spider-Man DLC. But yeah, great choice for starter games. Keep it up, Rob. Dimension King here is sharing his first 51 Platinums for us, calling himself a casual player, and asking for our opinions on his plats. I'm not sure we can go through every plat every time someone makes a post like this, but let's jump in here and see if there's any ones that need to be called out as being especially good or bad. Looks like we got a couple Resident Evil games. That's cool. He's got Hollow Knight Silksong. Nice. Both Ghost Runners. Some Mass Effect games. Like a Cuphead. Nice. Spider-Man 2, Lies of P, Control. First Hollow Knight game. Which I believe is a 9 out of 10 as long as you don't do the glitch. Elden Ring, Demon Souls, Ghost of Tsushima, couple Doom games, couple Neo games, couple Dark Souls games, God of War 3. Nice list, man. We got some good variety in there. Cool to see a bunch of the Souls games. That is a very nice first 51 Platinums. So, I'm not sure I would call you casual at this point to mention that's a solid list. Keep bringing in those plats. Ghost of Tsushima, my first ever Platinum from Available Sun. Says he never goes for Platinums, but the game was so enjoyable and it wasn't difficult to achieve. Yeah, Ghost of Tsushima is a pretty common first Platinum, and like I said, it's one that I want to try to get to this year. So, nice start there, Available Sun. Another Wolfenstein 2 post here from Nocturnal Noir. I believe this is our third time we've seen it so far in this review. So a lot of people are popping this right now. Very nice job there. Obviously, Mein Leben is super hard, and he says he has 100%ed all 3 of the Wolfenstein games now, so cool to round out the series there, and hopefully I can get to this one soon also. Mike sharing with us his Expedition 33 Platinum. He says he regrets not starting it sooner. I'm a little sketched out about this game, but I also was the same way with The Witcher before I started that, so maybe this game's really good. I'm going to need to check it out. Hopefully it does stand up to all the hype and the awards it's gotten. Cap here is sharing with us his Platinum for RDR2. Obviously a great achievement. It's an awesome game, and it's pretty long at like 220 hours. So very impressive to get that one done there. I'm not going to reveal the spoiler because this plat pick is of a certain thing that kind of ruins the story of the game. If you played, you probably know what I'm talking about. It's a pretty common spot to get the plat pick. So yeah, I'm going to keep that hidden from you guys, but congrats on getting that plat there, Cap. Small Shake here sharing with us his Balatro Platinum. He says he does not want to talk about it. Yeah, from what I've heard, this game is pretty RNG based and pretty time consuming. And yeah, if we look at the PlayStation bot here, it's saying the game is 7 out of 10 and 120 to 250 hours. So that's an impressive grind there. Nice work, Small Shake. And I believe it's our second or third time seeing this now also. Krabby Platty, nice name, has finally finished all the Crash Bandicoot games for PS4, PS5. So he has the Insane Trilogy here, plus Crash Team Racing, which, very hard game again. I think it might be an 8 out of 10. And Crash Bandicoot 4, which is like an 100-hour 9 out of 10. So some very difficult, respectable games here. That's a really nice series to have on your list to show that you are a very skillful gamer. Nice job there, Krabby Platty. Another Anthem post here too. Neko Jack says, it was not worth it. Well, you don't gotta worry about it anymore, buddy. You got that plat now. And he says Anthem could be used as evidence by companies as to why some live service games need shut down. Yeah, I'm sure it has some redeeming qualities, but this game has definitely had a lot of hate towards it and was kind of abandoned by the devs from what I've heard. So, like I said earlier though, ashamed to see any game shut down. Nate here is sharing with us his Where Winds Meet Platinum. Says it's pretty great for a free game. So if anybody is looking for a free game to plat, we got WPR here sharing with us his first Platinum, which is Astro's Playroom, which honestly should be everybody's first plat. It's free when you get your PS5, so great one to pick there for your first one, buddy, and keep those Platinums coming. Ja here is sharing with us what he calls his greatest achievement in gaming, which is the Bloodborne Platinum. I have actually never played a Soulsborne game before, and I've been really tempted to hop in Bloodborne recently, so this is one I might be trying out soon. Congrats, though. I know this game is pretty grindy and difficult at times, so that is definitely a great achievement, Ja. Crimsy here is sharing with us his Cyberpunk 2027 plat, and says he loved the game, but not the plat. Looks like he spent 73 hours in it, is now taking a break before going back for the DLC. That seems like a good choice if you're feeling a little burnt out on it. The DLC for this game is highly touted, though, so it's probably worth hopping back in and checking out. It's Jay is sharing a Horizon Forbidden West post here. He says someone on his friends list has 700 plus hours on Horizon Forbidden West. This guy is clearly a Giga Chad Horizon Forbidden West enjoyer. 700 hours is absolutely insane for that game, since it's a single player game that takes, I want to say, around 50 hours to complete. Yeah, 30 to 50 hours. I can't even fathom how you're getting 750 on that, but to each their own, let him enjoy his game. That's very interesting to see. OK Shake here is sharing with us his Crypt of the Necrodancer trophy that he's earned. Apparently it took him 49 hours of practice to get this one trophy. Personally, I kind of like seeing the actual plats rather than individual trophies getting posted here, but I guess we can make an exception for Crypt, knowing how difficult this is. I mean, 49 hours for one trophy is absolutely insane. So congrats there, Shake, and hopefully you can keep going and get it done eventually. Leonardo is making a public service announcement here that apparently an update has come out for the Final Fantasy VII Remake, which I believe was a free game on PS Plus like 2 or 3 years ago. That cheats are now available and they do not disable trophies, so this plat just became a lot easier to get. It's very nice to let other people know about that one, Leonardo. Miguel is asking if there's any better feeling than this, and that meme is when everyone's complaining about bugged trophies, but yours popped just fine. You hate to see other people have bugs, but it's a really nice feeling seeing that pop and knowing you're not going to have to deal with some total BS like that. I definitely agree with you, Miguel. Then we've got Phil here making everyone aware that you should be careful about logging in with your PlayStation account info to third-party apps and websites. That's definitely a good service announcement. I was very hesitant at first to even log into PSNP, and obviously that is currently the most touted app or website in the space. Definitely think about your account security before you just go logging into all these websites and apps. Alternative Force here sharing that he just platted Elden Ring, and he says his Soulsborne marathon is finally over. And it looks like we got Dark Souls 1, 2, and 3, into Bloodborne, then Sekiro, then Elden Ring. That's very impressive to do 6 Soulsborne games in a row, and probably took a very long time. We got a post from Fanti here sharing the Wolfenstein 2 Mein Leben trophy. I think that's the 3rd or 4th one we've seen today. Apparently a lot of people are going out and getting that right now. And he says he got it in just 3 days, which is crazy impressive for a 10 out of 10, no death, highest difficulty run. This probably takes people weeks or months to do on average, so that's a really nice job there. AMW here is asking if people platinum every game they play, and he's showcasing the recent games he's played. We got some good ones in here with a couple of God of Wars, Ghost of Tsushima, I hate to see this auto pop. Some Final Fantasies, some FIFAs, some Fallouts. It can definitely be a little bit of a dangerous trap to get into, to feel like you have to platinum every game you're playing. Let's see what people are generally saying about that. You have the attention to, just the ones you enjoy. Just the ones you enjoy. No. No. Yeah, that can be definitely a little bit of a dangerous rabbit hole to go down. Subject Mountain here sharing a collection of a ton of Soulsborne games. Says it took 3 months and 400 hours. I got Demon Souls, Dark Souls, Dark Souls, Dark Souls 2, Dark Souls 2, Dark Souls 3, Bloodborne, Sekiro, Demon Souls, Elden Ring, Elden Ring. super impressive there. We got 11 games, and the Soulsborne's going to be pretty difficult. 400 hours over 3 months. Very impressive collection there. And we got Goat here sharing a nice little, I believe this is Ozzy Osbourne screenshot. It's kind of a cool little plat pic there with the emojis and stuff. Very interesting. Silver Hero here is posting the February PS Plus free games and asking people their thoughts on them. Personally, Undisputed, decent game to get for free. I would have never played it if I had to pay for it. I haven't heard the best things about this, though. I think I've watched a Platinum video on it before. Subnautica Below Zero, that's a really solid one to get. I think this game's quite short, too, so I'll probably do that at some point. Ultros, never heard of this one, not too sure about it. Ace Combat 7, one of my friends actually just bought this and got the plat in it. And I know it was really grindy. You have to play through the whole campaign like 5 different times and then just grind for money. Yeah, so I don't know if that's one I'll hop into, but another decent game to have on here. I'd say this is a pretty good month. I'd probably rate it like a 6, 6.5 maybe. You got 3 playable games here in my opinion, so it's kind of hard to go wrong there. Let's see what everyone's saying about it though. Oh, yep. Buddy let Ace Combat hop on here for us by buying it right before it went free. Thank you for your sacrifice. Just got Subnautica last week. Looks like we got a 4 out of 10 40 hours, 7 out of 10 50, 2 out of 10 10. Yeah, not too horrible for those games there. Not a ton of sentiment in the positive or negative direction, but I think this is a pretty decent month. Now we got a discussion post here from JXE asking how we feel about this, and this was the announcement that basically Sony took all the games away from the developer that was making the shovelware games. I think it was specifically the jumping type games. Personally, definitely happy to see those gone. People were just abusing them for plats. So I love cleaning up the store there and bringing some value back to the Platinum Trophy. Fully support it. Time for more bans on short games, less clutter in the store. Frees up the store a lot. Yeah, this is going to be very positive reaction to this. That was a great thing that Sony did, and I hope they keep looking for more to do that with. Red Dead 2, coolest plat trophy ever. Oh yeah, that's pretty sick. Got it on the last bear kill he needed for the trophy. The bear was like on him, mauling him. That is a very cool little plat video there from Large Perception. From Miguel again. Good night, Trophy Hunters. Rubber band, don't fail me. I think this is one of the Hot Wheel games, maybe. And yeah, he's doing the rubber band method to keep his controller going without him having to touch it at all for some trophies. I've definitely done that, I think, on Forest before. So yeah, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. And that is it, guys. That is our January 2026 Reddit recap of the r/trophy subreddit. I hope you guys enjoyed this and that we can make this into a monthly thing. So show your support with a like and maybe a comment on what your favorite post was from this month. And stay tuned for upcoming content. I should have just uploaded my 2025 year in review and a Black Ops 7 Platinum video. So go ahead and check those out once you've finished up this one. Stay tuned for content in the future. I'd like to do a lot more videos like this. And I have a backlog of a lot of great games where I'm going to showcase me getting the Platinum Trophy on, including a 1 through 10 challenge I'm on the tail end of, so stay tuned for that. As always, thanks for watching.